What is up, guys? Kyle Lorcher here, and today I'm going to go over the most in-depth and I think the best product research video for Amazon out on YouTube. I'm going to be going way more in-depth and way more actual realistically how to find a great product on Amazon for the long term for great returns on the money you will spend getting your initial inventory. So let me just set this up real quick. And the first thing I want to talk about is the question you have to ask, which is the absolute most important, and that is number one, value. So whenever you're sourcing a product, you really need to think about, are you providing the most value in the marketplace? And value doesn't just come from the cheapest price. There are tons of different ideas of values. Are you having the best photos, the best descriptions, the best overall experience and explanation of the product to your end consumer? Are you really displaying the benefits you'll get from your product? So you need to be brutally honest with yourself about value and ask really, if you were in the position to buy this same product, would you buy it? And that's a really good indicator of if you're on the right path. So this is number one, overarching, most important thing is value. It's not about choosing some easy product. It's about providing the most value in the marketplace. And this isn't something that's going to be very easy to do. There's going to have to be a lot of research, but if it was easy, then everyone would be doing super well on Amazon. Always think about the end consumer in mind. Don't just be selfish to your own personal needs about what you think will make you a lot of money and what will be really easy. Always think about the end consumer, about providing the maximum value to that end consumer. So let's just go on to our second part of this. And the second part is there a moat. I don't even know if I spelled moat right, but meaning, could anyone just find your product with a quick Alibaba search and talk to that same supplier and source your product? If you don't have a strong moat, your product is going to get copied by someone else once it starts getting successful, and your business is just going to turn into a nightmare. If there's no moat around your product, then it's just going to be multiple people always trying to come in, always trying to go with a lower price. You've seen this with the silicone barbecue gloves. You've seen it with the plastic spatulas, a ton of other products where you see like watermelon slicers, all those different kitchen products. They had no real moat around them. They just got a product straight from Alibaba and just listed it up on there, and everyone started competing for price. Everyone was doing dollar giveaways, and no one is actually making money. So the best thing I like to do around making a moat is you don't have to go super complex. You don't have to create your own product or find engineers to build your product or something crazy like that. You just need to find products that aren't listed out publicly. So a good way of doing this is just talking with a bunch of suppliers in a certain niche, let's just say the kitchen niche, for example, and asking them about high quality products that they don't have on Alibaba that are a little bit more hidden, and you'll be surprised about how many people have tons of different products that they're not posting on Alibaba, and you can't really find them at a lot of places. So doing that extra little bit of work of just finding a certain product that you can't completely copy and find easily on Alibaba will be extremely beneficial to you. So always try to look for a product with at least a little bit of a moat. If someone could just go on even easier AliExpress or DHgate and just order that product instantly, then you could expect all the profits to be competed away for that product. So always think about, is there a moat with the business? So number three I always like to look at is, let me just write this down, pay per click competition. One of the best strategies that I've been using a lot recently with selling on Amazon is finding very uncompetitive products on pay-per-click side. So that means basically no one's advertising pay-per-click. Get the product, and I use a tool called Keyword Everywhere. You can see it right here on Chrome. It's a Chrome extension and it shows you search volume for words you're searching when you search on Google. It's a really great tool. It's completely free. So I find products with very low pay-per-click competition but are getting a good amount of search. So right when I get that product, I could turn on pay-per-click. Amazon basically funds this by giving me all the clicks without asking for money directly. So they're funding tons and tons of sales in the beginning to get that ball rolling, to dominate the competition. This is an extremely powerful strategy and is basically what I've been doing for every single one of my most recent products. I just find products that have very easy ways to advertise using pay-per-click. It's super cheap, and instantly you could start bringing in sales right away for very cheap, and it's always ROI positive when there's no competition but lots of people searching. So again, these past three things are going to take a lot of time in research, but that's just what you have to expect and understand. These three things could be basically all you really need to know, but I'll go more into other parts we could talk about. So number 4 is price point. So let me just erase this. So let's do number 4, price. And I like to say from $15 up. So to infinity. Obviously, when you're just starting out, maybe go for a $15 product, $20 product, keep it cheaper. It's a lot easier to usually handle these cheaper products. So keeping a very cheap product in the beginning, say you could source this for $3 and sell it for $15. That would be something I would definitely be interested in for like a first-time product. But once you're getting below 15, you'll just see Amazon's fees cut into your margins a lot, because you have to pay that shipping fee, you have to pay that pick and packaging fee, you have to pay a lot of different fees, the advertising fee from Amazon. And when you're selling a product for $6, even if you get it for 10 cents, you're still going to be paying probably around $4 just in Amazon fees. So all you would have left is $2, and the time you spent sourcing it and finding the product and getting it shipped out, it's probably not worth your time. So always aim for a little bit higher product, 15. I've been going all the way up to 150, even one product is 220 that I sell. So when you're just starting out, maybe go $15, $20 product, keep it very cheap. It's also cheaper to get inventory, and make sure you're just selling it for that higher price point, because you don't want to be left with $2 worth of margin after spending hours and hours researching this product, getting the product in, driving it over to UPS, and getting it to the warehouse and waiting all that time. So number 5 is, this is just for beginners. This is a great way to build a moat around your business if you're not a beginner. So if you're a beginner, do something that is light. So dealing with sea shipping and worrying about very large products and warehousing those products could be extremely annoying if you're just a beginner. So if you're a beginner, go for something light and small, something that fits in like a shoebox, something that is very small, because it's going to be a lot easier when you could just do DHL straight to your door and it arrives there. So this is only, again, for beginners. If you are more advanced, you've been selling on the platform for a long time, you're making a decent amount of money, doing something that is large and heavy and hard and complex is a really great way to build a moat around your product. And it's difficult, so beginners aren't going to go in. So even though I say light and small for beginners, having a heavy and large product could be very profitable on Amazon, especially because there's going to be, again, so little pay-per-click competition because it's hard to get. You're going to have a moat. So it could be a very good way if you're more advanced, but if you're a beginner, just go with that light and small product. So number 6 is to make sure you could source the product at 1/3 of the cost. So when you're factoring in fees all the time, just being able to source the product at 1/3 at least. So that means if you're selling it for $15, you have to be able to get it for $5, and that still has to be competitive in the marketplace. Which again, it's not going to be super easy, but it's just what you have to do if you want to do well selling on Amazon. So sourcing that product at 1/3 of the price is essential. Again, Alibaba is the leader in sourcing products. So just talk with a lot of suppliers, always negotiate, be professional with suppliers. I've noticed has been super beneficial. Tell them how it's going to be a long-term thing, and always try to compete with other suppliers. So say you find 2 suppliers selling it at the same price, always notify them and let them know that one is willing to do it cheaper, and have them go into a little bit of a bidding competition. And that is how you're able to drive down your cost dramatically to get it down to 1/3 of the price. Number 7 is make sure the top selling product has less than 200 reviews. So when you're at less than 200 reviews for the top selling product, it's a very good sign that there isn't that much competition, because again, there's only 200 reviews. You're not selling something like a car charger which has 10,000 reviews, which you can never really gain traction on, because there's players who have been doing this for so long and have so much built up brand on Amazon and so many built up customers that you're never really going to compete with them. So always try to find something less than 200 reviews. So now I'm going to be going over an even more important part, and that's using a tool called Jungle Scout to see how many sales you can make in a day. So my 8th rule is to use Jungle Scout to see sales volume. So use Jungle, and I'll have a link in the description to sign up. It's only $40 a month. I just say sign up for 1 month and then cancel it. So I'm going to go into using Jungle Scout, and we're going to look at products and see how many they're selling a day and how much money they're actually making. So after you go through these 7 steps, you could start to use Jungle Scout to find a bunch of different other products. So I'll get right into that next in the video. What is up, guys? So I just logged into Jungle Scout, and let's get right into looking at some products. So we're just going to set the minimum price to 15, and let's just do select all. So you could see Jungle Scout has 60 million products. So let's just search this. Let's make sure, let's add another filter. So let's edit this. And let's say minimum sales. So they do this by the month. So let's do 300. So we could just go ahead and see it's your birthday. What I like to do is just look at this. So we see it's this simple vinyl sticker. So let's just do sticker. And this is what I always like to do. It's not even coming up there. So let's just search banner. So as you can see, this is already looking like a pretty good product. There's only 20 reviews. There's no pay-per-click competition. I'm pretty positive you can source this at probably $4 to $5. So right there, we just saw a very good product. So if we go to Alibaba, it's your birthday. Also, as you see, there's a little bit of a moat. Actually found it right here. So this could be an absolutely great product, because one thing you could also do is you could talk to different types of vinyl companies on Alibaba, get your own custom one made, because it could be extremely easy. All it is I imagine some type of printing on the vinyl. It would be custom because they're not publicly putting it out there. It's selling 6,200 a month, so 320 sales. So this would be an example of a really great product to jump into, because if we go through our checklist, we could essentially provide the most value, because all these photos look very generic and not really interesting. You could do it in like a birthday setting or an office setting. Have this product superimposed on stock photos, which a lot of people are doing. You would have a moat. Obviously, like I just said, you could find a vinyl company on Alibaba to make this type of product, and it would be a little bit custom, so no one could just search on Alibaba and find it exactly like I did right here. There's no competition on pay-per-click, you could see. It's at a good price. It's $18.95, so we charge $20 if we have, again, a great title, great description, great bullet points. This is very lightweight and easy. It couldn't get any easier to ship this product. You could ship 100 just flat in a box, so it'd be very easy to ship through air. It's lightweight, although it doesn't fit in the shoebox. It's so thin that these could easily be stacked and sent to Amazon's warehouses at thousands at a time in a simple box you could get. It has a very high quantity of sales. 6,200 a month is a lot, and it could be shipped by air. And also, it's way under 200 reviews. So overall, this is looking like a really great product, and that only took maybe 5 minutes to find a product that you could sell 6,500 or even do better than 6,500 a month. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, just go ahead and subscribe down below for a lot more Amazon content coming in the future.